Okay, guys, Beyond Meat has done it. They have completed the reverse stock split, which everyone said was going to kill the company. They turned 30 stocks into one, which means that the stock goes from being a penny stock to now being a legitimate company that is trading at above $1 per share. They're actually trading at $13.40 some cents, going up as high as 12% today after the news that they completed this reverse stock split. The market was happy. Everyone was happy. And as I told you guys on my previous videos, explaining that a reverse stock split is just a simple math operation. And the only reason to do it is so that the company can stay compliant. And so now, because everyone was afraid of investing in this company when it was at risk of delisting and go on to the over-the-counter market where no one's going to invest in it, now the company is a legitimate company that has that behind it. It doesn't have to be worried about being delisted. That was just theater. That was just nonsense that it had to deal with. And now it can focus on just continuing to do its turnaround strategy and actually produce new products, increase their gross margins, increase their bottom line, right? Cut down on cost, cut down on inventory as they reported doing in Q2 of 2026. And they continue to directionally, as they said, continue to make progress towards the goal of turning this company around. And so now that remains this sole focus, no longer the noise about, oh, you're going to delist, or you're going to ask for an extension, or you're going to do blah, blah, blah. Now it's just about getting down to business and showing that Beyond can expand beyond just meat, beyond meat. They want to be beyond the protein company so that they can produce products like Beyond Immerse, which I believe is doing very well and might be the reason that they didn't spend too much time talking about it in the current or the Q2 report, because they launched it in New York City for the first time only 3 weeks ahead of the end of Q2. So to bring it up into the Q2 report would just be fodder for more FUD, right? Fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and just it's just a bunch of nonsense talk because they wouldn't have enough numbers and meaningful metrics to show in those 3 weeks to show that this is actually making sense, right? And so to introduce it, even if it was doing well, even if they had good numbers on Beyond Immerse, people will still say, "Oh well, you just got lucky in the start. You only did it for 3 weeks, and let's see what you do for another quarter, another 3 months." So either way it goes, they're going to get a bunch of nonsense commentary on either side, good or bad. And so I believe that with them saying, the CEO saying, "Oh, we're focused on getting our core products back to baseline so that it's not losing a bunch of money, and we are excited to continue to launch new products that are high margin and increase our gross margins." So that tells me that they're seeing something my massage chair is talking to me. That tells me that they are seeing promising numbers and they're holding out to report those numbers in Q. Oh, come on. They're waiting to report those numbers in Q3 of 2026 when they actually have an entire quarter of numbers to show. And I believe those numbers are going to be very promising because they have been out there doing the marketing work on in different clubs and facilities. They've been doing everything they can to get the word out about Beyond Immerse. And of course they got Big Geyser behind them. And I went on to Big Geyser's Instagram page, and when you go onto their page, you can see all of their Instagram posts don't really have that much engagement. Usually like 10 likes or 12, 15 here and there. But then you look at Beyond Meat's post when they launched Beyond Meat or Beyond Immerse. When they launched Beyond Immerse in New York City, it got, I believe, 100 plus likes. So someone whoever's following that page was very excited about this new drink coming from Beyond. So I am looking forward to Q3. I am excited about what's going on now that we are past the delisting risk. Now I actually bought more shares this morning, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what we do. So I hope you're excited too if you're investing in it, and if you're not, you're on the sidelines. I would love to hear from you too as to what will get you to invest in this company. What is it that you're looking for to tell you, oh, this is a great investment because they are going to do X, Y, and Z in the next 3, 6, 12 months. or 5 years, whatever the case for you. Leave the comments below. I haven't made as many videos as I would like because I've been busy at work, but also because I don't get enough engagement on here. So if you like the video, actually like it. Like it, comment your thoughts, and share. Put it on Twitter, put it on Stock Twits. The more you guys share, the more it tells me that it's really resonating with you, and I should produce more. Because if you don't actually tell me by liking the video, then YouTube won't pay me, and then I won't have incentive to make these videos. So I appreciate you being here. Thank you again for watching and commenting as you guys have continued to do. I'm Lincoln with BoAcademy.org. Thank you again, and I'll see you in the next one.